Oh, hello everybody. Welcome back to the news desk here at thatnewtoysmell.com, part of the Pop Culture Network. Now, as you can see, we're still kind of working on the renovations here, setting up the shelves, getting things ready, but you can see, you know, there's a few more toys on display. And maybe in the next week or so, we can actually have some kind of set put back together for you guys. But like I said, not using this as an excuse to take time off. We are continuing on with the news desk. And I spoke a couple weeks ago about maybe talking a little bit about Black Friday. And we didn't do that last week because we had all that Thundercats news. But I did want to take a minute to talk about the Black Friday's discussions that did evolve on the Pop Culture Network forums. Now, there were no real great deals that people were running out to stores to get. There was nothing all that tremendous out there, except maybe if you wanted to grab Skylanders at Toys R Us, they had some pretty good deals going on there. That's the new video game that comes with the little figures. So that was pretty exciting for some people, but most of the Black Friday news actually revolved around MattyCollector.com. They were having a massive Black Friday through Cyber Sunday sale, and among the things they had for sale, some old San Diego Comic-Con exclusives that they found extras of. They had Ghostbusters figures on sale again, and they had a lot of Masters of the Universe Classics figures for very cheap. Now, what do I mean by cheap? Well, a lot of them were $10. That's half price. That's a pretty good price for getting Masters of the Universe Classics figures. But on top of that, occasionally they were rolling out certain specials, like certain figures were available for $8. So $8 for a Masters of the Universe Classics figure that normally runs you $20, that makes it one heck of a deal for Black Friday. And that was pretty much the thing that most people seem to be talking about as far as toys go on Black Friday. So there you go. If you missed out on that, you missed out on some great deals. I did happen to get a Battle Armor Skeletor because, let's face it, I'm going to need a Disco Battle Armor Skeletor to be customized soon. Now, getting on with toy news this week, one of the first things we had, the Outer Spacemen finally getting their Waves 3 and 4 packaging and final paint from the Four Horsemen. Now, for those of you not familiar, these are their reincarnation of this classic line from the 70s. New sculpts, new colors, and what have you. Samples of the photos of the samples, not samples of the photos, of course, that doesn't make any sense, but of Waves 3 and 4, including the packaging on their store. We got the fully painted Infinity Edition versions of Mysterion, or Mistron, I'm not sure how you say that, Commander Comet, Electron Plus, and Alpha 7. And you can buy this set for $50 shipped from the Store Horsemen, which is the Four Horsemen store. Pretty good pun, guys, on that one, actually. I have to give them credit on that. But there are more photos. If you want to see it, you can go to the Four Horsemen blog and check that out. Some high-quality stuff there. Make sure you grab a hold of those. Also, we have the G.I. Joe subscription service figures. We finally got some card-back artwork. These were posted at Toy News International. I'm not sure where they grabbed them. They're probably members of the G.I. Joe Collectors Club. I am not. But if someone would like to pay my $50 in and pay $20 to $25 for all the figures, I'll be more than happy to take them. But we do have the artwork, which is modeled after the 25th anniversary card backs. So these are not going to look like the current toys on the shelf. These are not going to look like the movie versions, but going back before that, the 25th anniversary was the one that seemed to resonate the most with fans, get them excited back in the line again, and so that's what they're going for on these Collectors Club art backs. Plus, we're finally seeing the artwork for Iron Claw, which is one figure that I'd really like to get my hands on, but the barrier of entry is just too high for me to get into this line. But maybe if I want to run across one at some point, perhaps on eBay, that's not too outrageously priced, I might be able to put my hands on it. One other piece of news for everybody who joined the Kickstarter project for the OMFG figures, the little muscle-looking guys. They did put one of the lines up on the store for O'Neill Designs. He's the guy who does the Glios system, all of those neat interchanging figure pieces. And it was the powder blue, I forget what name they actually used for it, but that set was available. It went on sale on Black Friday, and amazingly enough, it was still on sale a couple days later, so hopefully those of you who wanted it got your hands on it. Also, when you go to Onell's store, it's kind of hard just to buy one thing, you know what I'm saying? So you can fill up your cart with some other great stuff and get some neat product. But for those of you who paid your money on Kickstarter, you're at least getting one set, maybe two sets, maybe three sets of colors, depending on how much money you were willing to throw down. But for those of you that just wanted to pick up a set, it was $12 to pick up that blue color set. So pretty good deal as far as those go. Now, here on the news desk, one thing that we will do is respond to our viewers. And in fact, we have a voicemail line. It's area code 217-953-4025. It's our 24-hour voicemail line. And so we decided that, we of course would answer questions that came through from there. So we're going to pull up a voicemail right now, and we are going to just take a listen here, see if we can figure out what their quandary was, and perhaps we can figure out an answer for them. So let's go ahead and run that voicemail.
Hello, my name is Rob Meglio. I'm a collector from Connecticut. Just saw your Last Action Hero video. I just need one more figure to complete my Last Action Hero collection. One problem though, and I was just noticing in your video, you have a undercover jack with the white chain and cuffs, and I know they make one with a black chain as well. I just found that out a couple days ago, and I'm just wondering which variation came out first, because I know there's a variation on the Benedict figure with the opened and closed suitcase. I know the closed suitcase came out first, but for the undercover jack, which variation was first, black chain or white chain? My number is 203 or 4. Anyways, keep up on the videos, and I'm glad that there's people like you on YouTube. I think we need more channels like this. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, well, thanks for the voicemail there. First of all, let me just say, I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. I didn't do that particular video for the Pop Culture Network. I'll pass this along to Pixel Dan. He's the guy you probably wanted to get a hold of in the first place anyway. After all, it is a all-purpose voicemail line for the entire Pop Culture Network, not just for the news desk. So it was probably a little presumptuous of me to listen to that particular message and figure that it was directed, at me. But having said that, let me just throw out there the fact that this is a voicemail line for questions and comments, but we are not going to call you back personally. We just can't do that. It's just not going to happen. We actually get quite a few voicemails here and there, and we can't return calls to people. And besides that, a lot of people out there in the world are kind of creepy, and you really don't want to talk to everybody anyway. So let me just remind you that you can leave a question or comment. Make sure we will listen to it. Now that my heater has kicked on, that's a nice background sound. I'm sure the microphone picked that up. Great. But beyond that, I would also like to point out that, we're not a YouTube show. I'm glad that you found us. That's the reason why we put it on YouTube. There are so many people on YouTube, but we are not a YouTube show. We try to point out in every video that you should stop by popculturenetwork.com. That's our website. You'll find our videos, plus written reviews, plus podcasts, plus our forums where people talk about toys and things like that. Now, if you just want the toys, you can go to thatnewtoysmell.com and just get the toy news, toy reviews, and toy discussions. But we do cover video games, comic books, occasionally professional wrestling, things that we find neat and interesting. So don't forget, we are not just hanging out on YouTube. After all, YouTube is a hive of scum and villainy, and we try to avoid going there and reading any comments or questions posted on YouTube as much as possible. But yes, we do fail sometimes and go to YouTube and look at what's written there. But for the most part, if you want a reply, and actually a personal reply, make sure you post on the forums at popculturenetwork.com. We all troll the forums from time to time. Dan seems to post pretty much every day because at his job he does no actual work. He just looks at the forums. Ryan Porter posts pretty regularly. I post, you know, once or twice a week. I go on there and kind of see what's going on. Killing, you know, he's killing. And Scotty Cash is pretty much functionally illiterate. So, you know, you get something from him. He just kind of pounds on the keyboard like a monkey, and you get some sort of reply from him. But regardless, that's where you want to go for all the major feedback. So again, if you want to leave us a voicemail, question, or comment, make it snappy. Maybe 20 seconds. Go over it a couple times before you call. That way it's not, you know, really super long. That's probably the best way to do that. What? I'm giving them, well, I'm telling them how it, all right, fine. Thanks for calling. And we hope to hear from you again sometime in the future. That's going to do it for the news desk today. Again, don't forget to check popculturenetwork.com for the rest of our news, reviews, information, press releases, etc. And join the forums, join the discussion, talk with other people. And as always, if you have a piece of toy news, don't forget to send it to dirt@popculturenetwork.com. That's my email address. Just throwing it out there. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.